Hello everyone, this is Flatline and today I'm going to be doing a PvT build order tutorial thing, and in this one I'm going to play a little bit more aggressive right off the opening. So if you're looking for a way to play aggressive against Terran right off the bat, this is probably the pretty good video for you to watch and learn. Usually in my PvTs I kind of like to 9 scout and play very passive, just because I can get the information right off the bat and then change up my build order in response to what I scout. But in this game, I want to try something else. My PvT is pretty good. Try some new styles here, and I came across a pretty aggressive build that does some pretty good damage and gives you the scout that you want to kind of need. So, to do the build, I'm going to go for a 9 Pylon. Your first 3 chrono boosts should be used on probes. From there, you want to kind of reserve your chrono boost for later on. 9 Pylon, 13 gate. Where's my gateway? There it is. A little bit later than usual, but oh well. 14 gas and 15 gas. Now once the gas do complete and finish up, I'm going to make sure you put 2 in each gas. And against Terran, the reason why I like to 9 scout to go a little bit further, even though there's nothing really about this build, and 16 Pylon, 17-ish Pylon. To go a little bit more in depth on why I like to 9 scout, if you're questioning why, it's because, you know, they can do gas first, they can go CC first, they can go for gases, the racks expand, they can go for proxy 2 racks, they can go for Reaper opening, they can go for Marine Reactor opening. There's so many ways for Protoss, for Terrans to open up as well. And so most of them are kind of like gimmicks. The only one or the Reactor Reaper opening, that's another one. There's only 2 of them that I feel like Terrans can do that are pretty good and solid overall, which is the Reaper expand or the Reactor Reaper expand. So pretty much if I was a Terran player, I would be doing one of those. But other than that, the rest of them are a little bit gimmicks in the sense that I feel like Protoss can punish them. But to go a little bit more on this build, so remember 16-17-ish Pylon, you want to get an 18 Cyber, 19 Zealot. You want to send them straight to the guy's base or kill off the SCV if it's over here. 22 Pylon, and then you want to chrono boost out your Stalker and a Mothership Core. Basically, you should have 16 on your minerals, 2 in one gas, 3 in the other gas, and then your Mothership Core should be started after that. Another tip against Terran is, I've been saying this quite a bit on my stream, so I'm going to say it in my YouTube channel or my YouTube videos as well. You want to try to create a wall off on one side of your mineral line at least, so that way if you are dealing with Reapers, for instance, when he hops up here and he wants to go behind here and scout what's behind here, you can use your probes to kind of trap his Reaper here and kill it off before he can scout it. Alright, so with your Zealot, you want to harass his SCV that's building the bunker, that's building the command center here. That way you can kind of delay it. We got 3 worker kills right off the bat for his Zealot. It's already being cost efficient at this point. And now he can't really do anything. He can be behind here. I'm delaying his command center. You'll also want to get a Stargate as a follow-up. Now, a Stargate timing depends on how the Terrans react. If they are sending their Reaper back home, you can get the Stargate before your second Stalker, but if they do not send the Reaper back to their base, and they're actually going to put it on the middle of the map, then you want to make sure you do get your Stalker before your Stargate. And you make sure you don't get supply blocked in the process. So I'm not going to put the supplies here, just make sure you're not getting supply blocked. Generally this should be around 31 to 32 supply. You want to make sure you get a Pylon. 31 supply. Alright, so I'm going to get an Oracle. So the nice thing about this build is that you kind of keep him on his toes, and he's now, since he lost his Reaper, which is really nice for me, he's not able to scout. So he doesn't know what my follow-up is. I know it could be a 4-gate pressure right up in the front, and he has only 2 Marines to block this, and then it would force a lift off, and now he's way behind. But it looks like does he know? I guess I don't know, maybe he's a map hacker. I don't know. Maybe he faces this quite often, but so the cool thing about this opener is that you can go for an Oracle opening, which is generally what I like to do, or you could go for like a 4-gate pressure in the front, depending on if you see like if he's got Widow Mines or whatnot. See if he has Widow Mines, maybe not the 4-gate. I didn't see his second racks, I don't believe. Well, I saw it with my Oracle, but before the Oracle, I didn't see what's inside his base. I only got up to here. But if you know it's a second racks, then yeah, the Oracle is probably, I mean, the 4-gate might be the better choice. Just because he's splitting up his army like this, you can kind of like bust the front because he doesn't have anything in front. But with the Oracle, even though I didn't really get any kills, I just scouted with it. I'm able to get a third base right off the bat because he's going to be back at his base. He has to play casual. You can see he can't really move out with his Marines. Gotta have 6 Marines at each base. That's 12 Marines. 12 Marines until his turrets are finished up. And then maybe he can push out. But the turrets don't really cover up everything unless you want to put 2 turrets at each base. 2 turrets can definitely cover up all your mineral line and your gas, but 1 doesn't really do that. I'm just gonna harass wherever I can, kill off whatever I can. Got 2 Marines, SCV, another SCV. Oh, do I get this one? No, just gonna bounce out of here. So only 2 kills on the SCVs, and we're gonna look at the units tab, 31 to 50. This also has to remember the opening with the Zealot, Stalker, Mothership Core. I did a lot of damage to his workers. You know, I killed off a lot. See how many I killed? I killed off 7 workers from that pressure. 6 workers because one of them died over here. So transition wise, you want to go for Twilight Council and Forge, and then get Templar Archives, because if you try to go Colossus like this, you're gonna have not that many, maybe like two sentries and like 4 zealots and like a Colossus. But if you go for Twilight Council, you have a lot of units because they're all gateways, so the time investment is not as severe as Colossus, because you need the Robo, then you need the Robotics Bay, and then you need to get the Colossus out, and that takes a long time. Whereas for work gates, you just turn into work gates and wait for the cooldown to get chrono boost down as well and deal with it. Now for the Forge, usually I like to go double Forge, but if you're doing a quick third base, you can only stay on 1. You can add the second one later once your third base is looking pretty good. And 14 is looking really nice for me because all I want is the gas anyways, not the minerals. So that's why I got the second Forge. Just gonna line this up. You want to go for Storm, you want to get Charge as well. You want to make sure you get your Templar Archives before your Charge, because you want to make sure you can get these High Templars out as soon as possible. That's Revelation, so I can see his army. I'll look at the supply. 61 probes to 42, so it's looking really nice for me. Army supply wise, whoops, wrong tab. 45 to 45, so we're kind of even on that. And this is looking really nice. I'm getting +2, +1 attack as well. These are some pretty bad storms. The storms I put usually against Terran, I try to like guess of where is he gonna be moving next. Like when you saw my storms, I put it to the front, I put it to the back of his army, but instead they just stood still. Like I thought he was gonna move his army, so that's why I stormed the way I do. So it's like a hit or miss, and it looks really bad if I do miss, but it looks really good if I do hit. Like, oh my gosh, this guy, he just like read his opponent. Anyways, he's still stuck on 2 bases. You have to remember that. In fact, he's not even fully saturated over here, and I'm already fully saturated on 3 bases. So this is getting worse and worse for him. Adding up more gateways as well. I have a Phoenix on this side as well to kind of like spot drops. Since I don't have a Robo yet, I'm using that Phoenix as like an observer. That storm, I'm pretty sure was a misclick. Nevertheless, he's not really doing that much damage, losing a lot of units. 86 to 111. This Oracle still has forward kills. This drop here doesn't really do anything too severe, it seems. And now I'm getting Stalkers. And the reason why I like to get Stalkers around this time is because this is about the time I want to try to transition into my Colossus, try to get some Colossus out. I'm going to add on some cannons, and I should be adding on double robos around here. Usually I like to put out my natural. And I usually like to go double robo for my robotics bay whenever I do this kind of transition. It's something really nice for me. It's because I'm able to get out 4 observers before I begin my Colossus. Now if I only had a 1 robo and I transition into robotics bay and a second robo, then I only can make 2 observers before anything. Okay, got another SUV kill. Going back. So, and generally if you see my PvTs, I try to get 4 observers, keep 1 right outside his natural, 1 outside mine or general place, and then 1 on each side of the map, right here and here, to kind of like spot. No, I already have a Phoenix here, but well, it's just a habit I like to have. And then I could go into double Colossus production. So 169 to 123, I'm going to have +3 armor, getting +3 attack as well, +2 I'm 2-2 against this 2-1. I have way more units than him, but this is not the best thing for him. A couple more marine kills. Oh, I'm supply blocked pretty badly. That's sucks. Gonna get my 4th base. I already have 3 bases fully saturated. I have up to like 16 gateways. I have double robo Colossus on the way. There's nothing else for me to spend my minerals since I'm supply blocked as well, so I might as well make a Nexus at this point. Got up to 6 kills with this. Trying to get a way out, but looks like he finally trapped me. But this is pretty much my timing now. I have +3 armor and +3 attacks finishing up. Don't really need the +3 attack when I'm going for this heavy Zealot composition, and the fact that I did a lot of damage to his economy and I'm way ahead in economy, it just overpowered him for a lot of nice EMPs, but he doesn't save any for the High Templars, so now he's kind of like trapped. No EMPs. Have my Stalkers kind of protecting my High Templars here. As my Zealots and Archons kind of denied the 3rd base, so now he's even further behind. He's on 2 bases at this point. And my 4th base is finishing up. And just getting my Colossus out, and I think once my Colossus join up, I'm just gonna go ahead and attack and win. But yeah, I don't think there's really much anymore else to talk about PvT here. Killed off this base. Gonna warp in nothing but Stalkers at this point. Just basically to track his army down. So he has some. And there you go. So it's pretty much the build itself, and that's what it's pretty cool against Terran right now in PvT. I feel like for Protoss, and I feel like that's why Terrans don't really like the matchup at this point. It's because there's so many ways for Protoss to kind of like play it out. They could play 100% passive throughout the entire game until they get 3-3, and then they get push, which seems to be the most reliable or the go-to way of playing. Seems like the passive way is always the go-to way anyways. You could play aggressive right off the opening and then passive, kind of like what I did in this game. You could play aggressive and then into more aggression, like I was talking about. You could go for that 4-gate pressure in the front, to kind of see what he's up to, and he's not playing any greedy or anything like that. You can let's see, you go passive into aggressive, basically go for a regular 1 gate expand into some kind of a mortal timing, kind of bust his open, bust the front, see, make sure he's not, you know, going for a quick third command center or something like that. And yeah, there's just so many ways of playing out PvT. I feel like that it's really nice to see and refreshing for Protoss. But yeah, so anyways guys, if you have any questions or anything like the comments or feedbacks, definitely put them in the comments below, and I'll check them as soon as I can. Don't forget to check out my website at flatlinese2.com, and follow me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all that kind of social media jazz. Do greatly appreciate it, guys and gals. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.